Hello everybody and welcome back to the Gaming Project Unit. I didn't expect to be making an update video this soon, but I have made some major development to Tornado Anarchy and I would like to show them off. So the first thing I've added is a main menu. This menu at the moment is currently half functional. Right now it's currently more of a concept for how I want the main menu to look. As you can see here, this is currently the settings menu. At the moment, there isn't a lot into this, and nothing here really works. Mainly, it's just graphics, audio, and chaser radio talk. The chaser radio talk is to essentially disable the chat between the AI, where you can hear in the background what they're doing. For example, every so often you can hear base command, "This is heavy interceptor returning to base" in the background. So essentially, you'll be disabling little talks like that in the background. It is mainly down to how the player wants to personally have their own experience in the game. Okay, let's head back to the main menu and press play. When you press play, you will be given 4 different modes: training mode, seasonal mode, rampage mode, and challenge mode. The modes here is what I talked about in the announcement video. Seasonal mode is more like the campaign mode, where you'll go through all the levels as they will gradually get harder and harder. Rampage mode is, as I also said in the announcement video, where you can pick any level you want and start any Twister level that you want. Challenge mode is more do all the targets in the quickest amount of time and also get to a certain tornado level in the quickest amount of time. So let's enter the game like normal and I'll show you what to do inside the first level. The main thing that I have added today is power-ups in their more concept form, but one of them is partly functional. We will go over power-ups in a minute, but first we're going to go over some other minor changes. Okay, so the first minor change is that the game will compliment you by generating a random text, as you can see in front of you. This only happens when you cause a certain amount of damage in a short period of time. The next minor change is a performance improvement. You cannot really see it in the video in front of you, but I will explain it. So essentially, the game will watch your FPS level and also keep count of the amount of debris that is on the screen at a time. If it notices your FPS is getting below, let's say, 30 frames per second, the game will start to despawn debris around your Twister at a faster rate. If your FPS is still struggling and it's getting lower, for example, is it going below 10 FPS, it will essentially remove every bit of debris off the screen, essentially resetting all the debris around your Twister, so your game can recover and get more FPS back. Again, its whole job is to keep your frames above 60 as much as it can. This is mainly for lower end computers who will struggle to run the game. I have found more with higher end computers, it doesn't need to do any of these functions, but it's there for weaker machines. Okay, on to the main part of this update. So, in this update, 4 power-ups have been added into the game. The first one being Lightning Storm, Firestorm, Hailstorm, and Multi-Vortex Storm. Currently, the only way to get any power up in the game is by a lightning strike on the ground, except for Lightning Storm, which can also be gained by hitting power lines scattered around the map. So, let's look at the first power up. The first one seen here is Hailstorm. When you have the Hailstorm power up, your Twister strength will increase. You will output more damage for a temporary amount of time. The visual of the Hailstorm power up, as you see right now, is only temporary and is hopefully to be improved in a later update. Now on to the second power-up. The second power-up is Firestorm. When you gain the power-up of Firestorm, your Twister will output more damage for a temporary amount of time, but also leave a small trail of fire behind you. With a small trail of fire behind you, if any fire ends up on the top of a building, the building will gradually burn and fall apart. This actually ignores any level that the building requires. For example, if you are currently an F1 tornado and the building requires an EF2, it will ignore it and the building will gradually burn down and destroy. On to Multi-Vortex Storm. Multi-Vortex Storm will spawn a mini F0 tornado that will follow you around the map. This tornado will cause damage on its own behalf as it wanders around the map. Again, the visuals seen on screen are subject to future change. And last and not least, Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm will eventually give you the ability to shoot lightning out of your Twister. Again, like Firestorm, this will also ignore any building requirement levels, so you can hit buildings that are a higher level than your Twister currently is. The visuals also again on screen are subject to change. And that's it for all the updates in this video. We're going to roll the footage now so you can see how the game currently looks and plays in its current form.